Hello, my YouTube family and friends. We are multitasking today, so I will get back with you and let you know what we are doing. Alright, y'all. So, hubby has to go to work this evening, so I am on a crunch schedule. It is currently 10:46 and I have to be done by 2:15. What am I doing? We are making fresh milled Italian subs and working on a nice tomato marinara and some homemade authentic Italian meatballs, and I am going to show you how to make the meatballs to go with the marinara to have the best meatball subs that you've ever had. Now, I will say that technically meatball subs are not in Italy. This is an American thing, but we are going to use the meatballs, which is pure Italy, to get that more of a authentic flavor if we're going to do something in the American way. Typically, the meatballs in Italy are eaten on the side, not in your spaghetti, so it's eating on the side with your pasta, or just like they are. Now, they're what you would consider, and I guess this is where America got the idea to make the meatball subs, because typically in Italy they will take a piece of bread, bruschetta, or whatever kind of bread that they would use. They would take the meatball and mash it onto that bread. So it would be Italian bread. It would be almost like a bruschetta with the meatball. So they would use whatever choice of bread that they wanted, sourdough, whatever, and then mash it on there, and that would be their, I guess, Italian subs. So we're just going to use the combo, but if I'm going to make a meatball, y'all, I'm going to make it just like it's supposed to be in Italy. As you have noticed, I changed the name to the channel, and we made it more to our roots, y'all. Yes, we still are a homestead because we do grow our own fresh herbs and vegetables as much as we possibly can. And then we also have a down season, which means we have to purchase. The products that we're using mainly these days are more authentic styles, like our sauces here. And so Parton's Mediterranean Homestead just clicked. It was just the perfect channel name for who we are. We are a Mediterranean homestead. We do eat in a healthier lifestyle, and we are more of a whole foods homestead than we are anything else. We try to avoid as much as possible in processed food, including milling our own grains. I do have some flour, which I showed you all how to make the pizza using fresh milled flour. However, I went and ordered specifically from Italy Caputo 000 flour so that I can show you how to make it with that type of flour as well. Now, the reason I'm doing that is for those of you who do not have fresh milled or have mills or grains, this is going to give you the opportunity, and I will tell you, Caputo's flour is rather reasonably priced, y'all. So this would give you a chance that if you wanted to make authentic pizza dough from Italy, this would give you a chance to order the flour and make it yourself or your family, make up a bulk, put it in your freezer, and you have pizza. I decided to go on both ways on this one. I will tell you, we tested the fresh milled, and I will tell you it needs some tweaking. It had a nice flavor as far as the crust. What it didn't have was the bulk leverance of the airiness. So, and we did use our pizza oven. Yes, we will be making a video on that again, but I wanted to find out how that dough would work. Now, we just use soft white wheat on that one. I may have to do a combination of durum and soft. Then on the other hand, from what I'm learning, I may be adding soft white and hard or red white wheat to this. So we're going to be tweaking that as far as it comes to fresh milling. But I do know that the double O flour that I have coming, plus I ordered some authentic dry yeast straight from Italy. Y'all, I am getting more of my pasta from Italy. I'm getting our flours, our dry yeast, more of these products coming from Italy because technically it is safer and there is no preservatives in any of their stuff. So now I will say the double O flour is missing some of the bran and grains. Of course, it's the only way they can be stable. But I can always add a fiber source to whatever we use for that process of that bread of sources and make it more valuable to our body. They do not, however, they don't add extra preservatives to the flour. So I don't know how they do it, but it lasts. And basically they say, and which is true, it is best to last in your freezer, and I get that. So that's probably what I'm going to be doing with mine. So I just thought I'd let you know I am fixing to do this one as well so that I can show you all how to have a different type of pizza crust for your family in bulk and both ways for those with mills. We did one. Now for those without a mill, I'm going to work one with you. So let me go ahead and get my clothes hung on the line, come back here, work on my bread dough. Then we're going to show you the meatballs and we're going to get them in the sauce. I told y'all it's a multitasking day today. All right, y'all. So currently clothes is on the line. Bread is on the rise for an hour. Now we are going to work on our meatballs. These are very simple ingredients. You do not need a whole lot. And I'm going to explain it step by step. I am making a big batch. I know this will look like a lot of meatballs for 2 people, but you got to know that I also do things sometimes by bulk so that I can freeze it. So let us get ready here. All right, y'all. In here we have 1 pound of hamburger meat. I have 1 pound of ground pork. We're going to go with 1 crushed garlic. I'll probably go with 2. You just don't want to add too much garlic because honestly, you would think people of, I've always thought that too, that Greek or Italian use lots and lots and lots of garlic. That is not true, y'all. They use very little. They just use enough just for the hint of flavor, but they do not use a whole lot of garlic like, well, I have expected. So that's, yeah, that'll be enough right there, I believe. Get the rest of this out of here. And I did take out the centers of my garlic so it had a nice flavor. Now, technically in this, the ingredients would, the typical Italian bread that goes inside of these meatballs is actually a grated stale bread. However, I don't have any. I am using the next best thing though, and I am using breadcrumbs from my homemade milled bread. It was dried, so we're going to be adding that. This has the fiber and all inside of it, so we're just going to add enough. There's really no ingredients or no basically No amounts, y'all. If I had to go by amounts, that was maybe about a cup of breadcrumbs, 1 garlic, a cup of Parmesan cheese that goes inside of this as well, 1 pound each of ground beef and ground pork. And now you're just going to add some salt and pepper to taste. Now, I know that just sounded strange. How do you know to taste? Well, just add enough to where you think would be just enough to make your meatballs. Because you can always do your seasoning basically through your sauces and all that too. So I'm just going to add this, and I'm going to add a little bit of salt. Because I do also have salt in my cheese. So I'm not going to add a whole lot of salt. Just a little bit. Because look, you can always put so much cheese in here and make it saltier if you want to. So at this point, that is pretty much all you add to your meatballs, y'all. There's really nothing else besides an egg. Now I'm going to add, at this point, I'm going to try like 2 to 3 eggs and see how this works. If it seems too dry, I'll be adding some more. So at this point, oops, well, did not mean to do that. Huh. All right, there's 1. I'm going to start out with 2. There's another one. If you hear the engine to my husband's truck, y'all, I apologize. He is working on it. So, all right. Now, we're just going to take our hands and, well, you know what? I'm going to go get a pair of gloves, so I'll be back. All right, y'all. So, now I'm going to take and mix this up really good. We want to mix it all together. Now, some of you thought, well, we'd add oregano or all this stuff. In typical Italian meatballs, that is not the case. You would not add all those ingredients. It's just simple. And that's what I've been trying, well, I've been learning. Most all Italian foods, or most all Mediterranean foods, basically, are simple ingredients. They'll use fresh flavors, but it's not overbearing. Just like our simple sauce. I've had my life, I've overbeared all the ingredients into everything, and it was unnecessary. So, and it looks like I have a good moisture. This is not dried out. So 3 eggs was perfect for this. I'm just mixing this all together, seeing how it's working. If it's sticky, then I know I have to add yet another egg. So let's test this out. And basically, nope, it's not sticky, so it's got a nice moisture content and all that to it. So we've got pretty much what we need here, y'all. So now we're just going to go ahead and make our meatballs. So we'll be right back. Okay, y'all, so before we add or do our meatballs, I'm going to finish my sauce. I have 1 28-ounce can of San Marzano tomatoes with the sauce. I have about a tablespoon or tablespoon and a half of olive oil. I have 3 leaves of fresh basil torn in here. And I have a thing of minced garlic. This is all besides salt. And now I'm going to stir this up because we're going to let this simmer. I'm going to add a little bit of red pepper flakes to this just to give that little heat. And we're going to allow this to simmer because this is going to be our sauce for our meatballs. I'm going to set this aside and we're going to form our meatballs so that we can get these frying in the frying pan and add them to our sauce. Alright, y'all, so we want to take about a tablespoon or so and make about a golf ball size meatballs. Mix them together real good, roll it up nice and tight, and then we're going to fry these in a frying pan until they're they have a nice crust on it and cooked. So, and then once these are cooked, now you can do this couple ways. You can use a frying pan. Some have known to deep fry. I would not suggest that, but that's up to you. Some of the Italians do that. Or you can actually put these in an air fryer or an oven and bake them. So there are several ways that meatballs are made. I'm taking the quick option right now to use it in my frying pan so I can get these done and over with, because time is running out on me, and I am fixing to have to now form the bread, get that ready. I've reached my term of rise for 1 hour. It is currently 12:09, so I'm almost there, y'all. Let's see if we can make it by that 2:15 mark. Let me get these rolled up, fried up. We'll show you what we'll do with the sauce, and then we'll come back. Alright, y'all, so the first round that I have is already been cooked, and they're in the sauce, and I'll show you that in a minute. But at this point right now, I'm going to cook these completely, and these will be stored in the freezer for another meal. We actually got 2 meals out of all of these meatballs from 2 pounds of hamburger for 2 people, so I'm pretty happy with that. Now I'm going to show you the marinara one. These are going to sit in the marinara. Let me get you adjusted. Okay, so these are sitting in the marinara right now, and this, or not marinara, but to the sauce. So, and we're reducing the amount of liquid in the sauce to make it a little thicker at the same time. So these will be perfect for our bread. Our bread is currently on the rise for its second rise, and then they will be popped in the oven a little after 1 o'clock. So we're making it so far, y'all. So we'll be back. It is 2 o'clock, y'all, and I made it. He's got 15 minutes to go, so I'm going to pack him up and get him ready to go out. So we have our cheeses. I have mozzarella shredded in here, and I have Munster here. This is our meatball and marinara sets, and this is our lovely loaf of bread for the subs. So it's quick, simple, and I have 2 more loaves over here, y'all. This is going to be pretty much frozen for other meals, so we can use this for more than just subs for tonight. We can make them into Italian chopped subs, or we can make them for sliced bread for pasta or whatever. So I hope this recipe helped y'all. I hope you give this a try, because these are amazing. I have never tried them with a mixture of pork and hamburger, and the reduction of the sauce is amazing. So I'll put the whole recipe in there for you. Give this a try, and I hope you love the authenticity of the Italian subs for this one. Much love. Hang on. Much love to each and every one of you, and until next time, we're going to keep working with different things. So we'll see you again, and that's it from Parton's Mediterranean Homestead.